Welcome back, gamers, to another episode of the Slow Runcast. I am your host, the Iraqi Balboa, joined by my friend and co-host, Durwin Luke, or as I prefer to call him on this podcast, the Durwinator.
What's up? What's up?
Not much, man. Saturday morning? Oh, no, not morning. It's
I gave you the most important update earlier today.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the ranking.
Yes.
That's crazy. I don't know what's wrong with your algo, bro.
Dude, so
I think I cooked your algo.
I think every single day so far, I've sent you a new code for you to research.
Yes.
And for those listening, listen to the previous episode's podcast, and you'll find out what we're talking about.
Yeah. Number 1 ranking. I don't know. I kind of like rank number 5.
You like rank number 5?
Yeah.
Let me pull up the reference chart.
Are we gonna get, what do you call it, if we put music on this? Yeah, we'll get flagged. But is anyone even watching?
Who knows?
What's your favorite ice cream song?
We're definitely gonna
Ice
flag.
cream.
You should just sing it, because if you sing it, how would I say your name? Mohammed Nani Asti. I don't know.
Oh my god. Well, we digress, but we got a show for you all about video games, nothing to do with Japanese actresses.
And what ranking they are this month, in the month of September.
Yeah. Durwin, we got a crazy episode today. I'll tell you why. Not because anything crazy happened this week or anything special. This is probably the most chillest episode we've had in a minute. But there's one person here on the show notes that I have 0 news stories for. And they've been like top of the news stories since like April this year, March this year, or all of this year. Ladies and gentlemen, we have no Nintendo news this week.
Wow. Wow.
I was putting the show notes together and I'm like, yo, we got no Nintendo news. Crazy.
I'm like thinking about it for this weekend. Yeah, I think you're right. Like after the show last week, they haven't put out anything.
Nothing new came out since, so I'm glad.
Yeah, no new lawsuits, no new anything.
There was like some stuff, but I was like, whatever. We don't need to talk about it. But we got some Sony news, and it looks like we might have a big episode next week, which is kind of going to be a problem because you are in Korea next week.
Yeah.
But we talked about this, I think, an episode or 2 episodes ago. We're getting more rumors that this is for sure happening. A Sony State of Play scheduled for next week. That's week of September 22nd or 21st.
Yeah.
We've already heard this claim before. Now, Nate the Hate, who is pretty good at predicting, or not predicting this stuff, or knowing about this stuff, is also claiming the presentation's happening next week. We don't have, I think, an actual day next week or what time, but it's all but like, a lot of people insiders are.
I thought they would have announced
online.
it by this week if there was one, right?
I don't know, man. They've seemingly been announcing them more closer to the date, I feel like, recently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like reiteration. The big thing about when we talked about this news story 2 weeks ago was Wolverine. Yeah, and they seem to be reiterating that Wolverine's going to show up. Wolverine is targeting a 2026 release window. I don't think that's something we didn't know about. We found out about that in the infamous Insomniac leaks from December of 2023. So I don't think that's anything new there, but I think what sources are saying is that the Venom game, which is the Spider-Man 2 spin-off game, effectively, is still ongoing in development, even though I think that previous Insomniac leak had that game canceled. I don't know that for sure. I would have to go dig deep into that, but that Venom game still seems like it's on. And but it's not happening before Wolverine. Wolverine seems to be coming up first.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Venom gameplay was already kind of there for Spider-Man 2, right? Like you could play him for a little bit.
Yeah, I think they were saying expect like a Marvel's or Miles Morales size game for Venom.
I think that's a pretty healthy size for him, right? Like how long was the Miles Morales game? Like about 12 hours?
Probably, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think it was like 20 to platinum.
Mm-hmm.
The Venom, though, in this story is not. I don't want to spoil Spider-Man 2, but it's not that same Venom. The narrative, the sources are claiming that the narrative is based around Eddie Brock.
Taking the helm of Venom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And an anti-Venom will be part of the game too. It's not the same Venom that Peter Parker saw in Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Okay. Perfect.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
No. Wolverine, hopefully it looks good. I don't know.
2026, man. This was what the leak was, so it
Yeah.
seems about right.
Do you want to make a prediction on the date on this one?
If I were to guess, I think Wolverine's going to be a late game. I think it's going to be a late 2026 game.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably October.
I'm thinking it's
September, October.
Yeah, I get October vibes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm feeling. I don't think this is going to be like a surprise. This is coming out in March. I don't think so. I think we have to start talking about games for 2026 in a like a BC and an AD format. But it's not the birth of Christ. That's year 0. It's GTA 6. So is the game going to come out before GTA 6 in 2026 or after? There's that January, February, March, April, May before GTA 6, and then there's the after.
Well, it's going to be post. There's no way they're going to... Like, why would you be crazy enough to target the same week of GTA 6?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Like...
I agree. It's
just watch GTA 6 push back again.
I mean, they set it in stone like almost a year in advance. So.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's not going to show up at this Sony State of Play? Bloodborne, because apparently, according to another insider, Jeff Grubb, really reliable source, there's been zero progress on any type of Bloodborne remake. This thing is not in the works. No one's worked on it. So don't expect that this thing... I mean, doesn't mean that this thing's never going to happen, but the way it's looking right now. The Bloodborne remake situation is worse than what the Hollow Knight Silksong situation was, or what the GTA 6 situation was, because those were games we knew existed and were being worked on actively. They were just, taking forever. This is a game that people want that it's not even out there, which is kind of sad. I've been holding off playing Bloodborne on the idea that for sure it's like a home run to remaster this, and they've just simply chose not to.
What do you think Nix's is working on right now? Do we have an idea?
See, I think Shuhei Yoshida, when he was going around doing his rounds with all these outlets earlier this year after he retired from Sony, I think he was saying basically the reason why they haven't done any Bloodborne 2 or Bloodborne is they're waiting for Miyazaki to free up, right? But why would Miyazaki have anything to do with a Bloodborne remaster or remake? I don't think Miyazaki had anything to do with Demon Souls remake, Mm-hmm. That wasn't from software. It was an IP that was owned by Sony, and so Blue Point Games went ahead and remade the game. I feel like Blue Point would be the perfect person to do this, but obviously they had them working on that stupid multiplayer God of War game that got canceled. Yeah. I mean, Nixies is another one, but I don't know if Nixies is as good as Blue Point when it comes to this stuff. I know Nixies is good at porting, but anybody, man, just sign him and get him on board. But the thing is, he's got his next game is the Duskbloods, right? The Switch exclusive.
Yeah.
Miyazaki. So I don't know when they would. It seems like it's a surefire success to just remake or remaster that game, but I mean maybe not. I don't think it actually sold very good when it came out on PS4.
Yeah, I really wonder what the next Nixies remaster report will be, because they've already done 4 this year. I'm looking at. So
have they run out? What isn't on PC now?
Uncharted is on.
I'm sure Uncharted
PC,
is
right?
on PC. I'm sure both Last of Us are on PC now. Horizon, both of them are on PC.
Yeah.
Both Spider-Mans and Miles Morales are on PC, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is on PC. Returnal's on PC. Both God of Wars are on PC.
They must be working on the PC version of Ghost of Yote, maybe.
Maybe, because
for
Ghost
2026
is on PC.
Yeah, so that's one of the next upcoming games, and maybe Insomniac's Wolverine for PC. But that might be early development.
Yeah, I don't know. Sony's running out of games to port to PC, and they're not making enough games fast enough.
Yeah, considering they're able, Nixies looks like they can do 3 to 4 a year, And like, I don't think PlayStation has enough games at this point.
Yeah. They're going to dwiddle their thumbs soon. I mean, Stellar Blade was ported to PC. Is Rise of Ronin on PC?
Let me check Steam.
Because they have a lot of those like second party games. Like first
Yeah,
party
they are.
published.
It sure is.
Yeah, I don't know what other first party published games that's not on PC. Anyway, I mean, I hope we see Soros at this state of play. That's the only other like what is going on. And honestly, I know this is kind of hypocritical because I usually don't like when games are shown off early. But because you canceled a bunch of studios' games, I'm quite okay with you showing off like what the next thing Bluepoint's working on, what the next thing Ben Studio's working on, what the next thing whatever's working on. Just show us them early so we could get kind of excited for Sony because it's really bad out there.
Yeah, the only thing we have any excitement for is Ghost of Yote, right?
Yeah, Ghost of Yote right now. I mean, Wolverine when it comes out next year. That's it. Soros, maybe.
I just noticed you're missing a story for this PlayStation's like side of things. They have the new update.
Yeah, I took it out. I took it out of the
new
show
update.
Notes.
That's something I wanted to be excited for.
You told me you're like, make the show notes short. I'm like, okay, boss.
Yes, multi-device support for this guy.
Yeah, you could use your PS5 controllers on your PC now, wireless.
Yes. Oh my god.
I wonder if I could link it to my Steam Deck wireless now.
You can.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll try it right now.
I don't know what it is up with my PC, but I think the Bluetooth connection is just garbage on it. But I've been having like disconnection issues while playing Ghost of Tsushima with the DualSense. So I've been kind of tinkering around with it, but like I just kind of want to finish Ghost. So I've been using a mix of cable and just trying to deal with my better controller, my newer one.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working better. So I don't know what it is with the Bluetooth, but it's a little bit off.
Yeah. Anyway, that is the rumored PlayStation State of Play coming up here soon. Plus the controller support. One more Sony story I want to talk about this week. This is from Ed Nightingale from Eurogamer. Titled, "As PlayStation physical game sales drop, it's no wonder Sony's pushing digital-only consoles. Only 3% of gaming revenue is physical." This is crazy numbers. I didn't realize that the physical software has dropped this much. Sony made 4.67 billion. That's 4,670 billion yen. That's 31.77 billion dollars by today's conversion. In 2024 from gaming sales, and only 953 million in physical software sales. So 31 billion, not even one of those 31 billion was physical sales. Now, I do think this is a little bit misleading because 31.77 billion profit does not necessarily mean that's all digital games. That sounds like a lot of currency and like DLCs and like season passes and stuff like that you buy on the PlayStation Store, microtransactions. So it's not true. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily an indicator of how much games are being sold. I still think it's an indicator that more games are being sold digitally than physically, but still.
Yeah, and also doesn't help because would they count the digital codes that's included with bundles as part of those sales too?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know exactly how the breakup is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we already knew this, right? I didn't realize it was this bad. This article does continue to ask the question of maybe Sony choosing to release a digital console that's cheaper than the physical one has also affected sales of physical software. Could be. I don't think that was the case early on in PS5 because actually the disk drive PS5 was easier to get than the diskless. That's not the case anymore. So maybe that is true. Maybe the fact that I go see a diskless console and I don't really have an affinity in either direction. I just go buy the diskless one. What difference does it make if I'm just buying COD and Madden and FIFA,
Yeah, I don't know. Like having a disc just feels right on all consoles, more or less for me. So yeah, it is interesting to see this change now that just like huge online game platforms are just like seeming to take over everything. Like
I'm actually kind of surprised looking at this chart here from this article that they actually break it up So everything I said, throw it out the window. It does say digital software is 20%, physical software is 3%, hardware is 24%, which I thought was interesting that they made that much on hardware. Network services, which is probably PS Plus, 14%, others 10%, and add-on content is 29%. So they have broken down digital software like game sales and
digital
like
and
DLCs, what do you call it? Microtransactions, yeah. So still microtransactions is their biggest thing.
That's
29%.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like even if you add digital software with physical software, it's still not more than add-on content. So
Yeah, so
I can see why Sony wants live service games to continue doing very well.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers are there, right? I think we all knew this. The only problem is trying to get your live service game to work, right? Do you want a single-player game that works, or do you want a live service game that doesn't? Yeah, anyway.
Hardware probably includes like controllers and I guess their VR.
Oh, I don't think that sold very well.
I want to see the breakdown of the hardware, but I'm
VR
just
sales.
kidding. Yeah.
I mean, I think the first year after PSVR 2, they were saying it didn't even sell 1 million. And basically, there was a bunch of copies just sitting in warehouses, so they just stopped mass producing them.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically took a complete turn on VR since 2023. Stopped caring about it, seemingly. Which I don't blame them. I mean, look at how Meta operates. Like, year after year, they're losing on VR, and they're still pushing it.
Yeah, they're the only. I think they're one of the few companies that are still actively pursuing it with their Quest division. They have announced new Meta glasses this week too. That's like a big tech stuff. Yeah, so they have a new Gen 2 of those Meta glasses that I wear sometimes, and they also have a version of it that has a display, like a heads-up display.
Ooh, man, I really want to get those like X-Reels, those AR glasses.
I'm so tempted because of my flight and with my newfound love for the Ally, but I don't know. I just can't justify it.
I heard they were really good. What's your flight looking like?
It's a direct flight from Calgary to Seoul, and it's like however many hours. I think like 10 hours or something like that.
Really? That's a long flight. 10-hour flight. What time do you fly?
I fly out at 3:55
okay.
p.m. So
you should probably just sleep on the whole plane and fix your sleep schedule.
Or I play Hades 2 for 10 hours.
You fly on Wednesday?
Thursday.
Oh, okay, yeah, perfect. The game comes out that day. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already smashing through the the early access. I have like a lot of love for that game.
I've been meaning to get it, but I don't know. Like, do I want to get the early access and then like have to play it again when the 1.0? Like,
I think your save would carry over. I would assume.
What's like that's the thing.
I've never really played early access, so I can't really speak to it. But I would assume that the last patch here, I think the July patch, is probably like very similar to what their final shipping product would be. Like they would just make like little changes. I think.
I thought the current package, the early access of Hades 2, is not like the complete game.
I think they don't have like a complete ending. I think the notes on Hades 2 is that they're working on like the final ending and stuff like that. Let me take a quick peek.
Anyway, it's okay. We can move on. I do have an early access story for you here later in the show notes.
Yes.
But let's move on to Xbox, who dropped a big bomb on us just at the end of the week here. I think it was like Friday afternoon or something. But Microsoft is now raising Xbox console prices again in the United States 5 months after they raised the prices. So, like, this is the second price hike on Series X and S consoles since, like, what was it, May or February or something like that? We have the price of the Xbox Series S 512 gigabyte is going up from $380 to $400. And when it was at launch, it launched at $300 exactly. The Series S 1 terabyte launched at $350, got hiked to $330. Now it's at $450, $100 more than what it launched at. The Series X digital is $450 at launch, went up to $550. Now it is at $600 USD. The Series X, the black one, the original one, which launched at $500, went up to $600, and now $650 USD, meaning it costs, or no, not this one, but the next one, the 2 terabyte Black Galaxy console, launched at $600, price hiked to $720, now sitting at $800. $200 more than it launched at, and more expensive than the PS5 Pro in the United States. This is crazy stuff, man. The consoles and the headsets are not they're not going up in price. But yeah, it was this is nuts. I don't know what they're thinking. And I mean, at this point, yeah. At this point,
dude, this is insane. Sorry, I haven't looked at the Xbox pricing. I know that we talk about it, but like I literally
am I just talking to myself right now?
No. I know that like we cover it, but like I'm looking at the Xbox pricing versus PS5 pricing right now, like live. Dude, in Canada, a 1 terabyte disk drive Xbox Series X is $729.99. A PS5, regular PS5 disc edition is $649.
I mean, I don't know.
Who's buying an Xbox? Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know. I just think they've given up on their console thing. I think it's only a matter of time they stop making them. The next one's the last one. Or it's gonna be something that they don't expect to make a lot of profit from, and it's not gonna be sold at a loss. They're not selling their consoles at a loss anymore.
Yeah, they're not.
There's no point. Yeah, they don't care.
Oh my god, that's actually insane. But I guess anything's an Xbox, so
these are. I mean, this is only going up in the U.S. If this price carried over to Canada, the Series X.
How much is that conversion?
$650 USD.
Because that's like close to $1,000.
It would be $895.
Jesus.
But I mean, the United States is their biggest market too, so increasing it here, I think, is also exceptionally strange. Let's see, Xbox Series X and S shop all. Yeah, in Canada, the 512 Series S, the white one, is $550. I remember I bought mine for $380 when that came out. The 1 terabyte the 1 terabyte Series S is $529, which is crazy. The Series X, $726, you're right. Or no, this is a refurbished $726. I wonder what the actual, it's $730. And the 2 terabyte is $800. The digital is $679. Yeah, I bought mine for $600.
Jeez.
Crazy
yeah,
stuff.
and then they're also readily available used for like $400. I don't think these sell really well either.
Yeah. Crazy stuff, man. I do not see how they're going to recover any of their console kind of sales in the future. I think it's done.
Yeah.
And I think next generation's the last one.
Yeah. Do you think their sales in the US are keeping up at all? Probably not, right?
No. I think it's over. I think it's over for this console. Mm-hmm. I mean, they might release whatever the next PC home desktop one that they're talking about is, and then that's it. They'll move on to whatever is next.
Yeah. And it seems like they're more interested in just like getting you to get a PC and then letting you run the Xbox app.
Yeah, they're just going to be like a publisher with like a storefront. That's it. Mm-hmm. I think so. That's all. It's going to have Game Pass.
And then in 30 years, we'll have a nostalgic Xbox returned.
I don't know. I mean, look at that ROG Ally thing that they're coming up with. Like, they canceled their own in-house one. They were supposed to release 2, so they're supposed to release this and an in-house one. So they canceled the in-house one. Yeah, they're toast, man.
Yeah, talking about that, just a quick side note before you move on to the next story. The preview for the Xbox handheld software is supposed to be out. Some people have installed it. It looks like it does a pretty decent job at making it feel more like a console experience. And then you can switch to desktop mode when you are wanting to. So I think you have to join Windows Insider to get that installed on the ROG Ally, and I think you can do it for like any other handheld. But I personally have not done it yet.
Oh, give it a try before you go to Korea. See what it looks like.
I don't know if I want to mess with it before I leave for Korea.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So what if I don't have that?
It's gonna be something you could have on any ROG Ally. It doesn't have to be the.
Yeah, it seems like some people have tried it out on the MSI Claw and the Legion Go S.
They did say it was going to be on the Legion Go 2 when that comes out, so you could add it to the Legion Go 2.
Yeah, you can add it. Out, so. Yeah, maybe if I have a little bit of time, Monday, Tuesday, depending on how busy work is, maybe I'll like mess around with it a little bit. I do have a spare drive, so I could always just put it on that and play around with it, but. Yeah.
So my question is, what's the point of this console then anyway? They're just a nice Xbox logos that they put on it. Like I don't get the point. It just
Yeah,
seems
I
like
think
it's a ROG Ally with some Xbox logos on it.
I think
If
they
any
were
ROG
just
Ally,
working in partnership with it, really.
just to create this app that deals with the Windows OS problem.
It's not an app, it's like a full operating system, right?
Yeah.
So it's very like I guess a branch of it. I don't know how they would market it or if it's available for desktops, but that'd be interesting. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Xbox, Battlefield 6 tech lead says optimizing for the Series S made the whole game more stable. This is an interesting article because it's the reverse of what we've been hearing about the Series S. You know, usually it's developers complaining that the Series S is a problem when they're trying to develop the game. We recently heard news from the Unreal Engine. What was his name? Tim Sweeney? Is that his name? Or is it Sydney Sweeney? Who knows?
I'm hoping it's Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. Saying basically, you know, developers don't optimize games properly. They try to like make the game for the best version and then try to scale it down and it doesn't work. But building from the ground up on your like weakest hardware is going to make it better. That's neither here nor there, but yeah, it's interesting that this developer is saying, yeah, we made it work on the Series S, so now it works way better on everything else and the game is more stable.
That's interesting.
Instead of, you know, making it like from the top down. How remember when Black Myth Wukong Dev was like, we can't get the game on the Series S, that's why we're not releasing it. And then the freaking Xbox, Xbox shot back and they're like, you guys are liars. You guys have a freaking publishing deal with Sony. And then like they're like, no, we don't. That was so weird. They 100% had a publishing deal with Sony.
Yeah, because it was
quiet.
a year to the date that it came.
That it came to the Series X and S. Yeah, it was so weird. Yeah, it was clearly a publishing deal with Sony, but they're like lying through their teeth. And I don't know why Sony would deny a publishing deal. It's so absurd.
Yeah.
Usually they wear that on their sleeve. Why would you want that to be a quiet deal? I think probably because I think this was happening around when the Activision Blizzard sale was going through.
Oh, so they wanted to keep
look,
it.
They didn't want it to look bad when they're taking, you know, Microsoft to court complaining about exclusivity in Call of Duty. Right?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Talking about Unreal Engine 5. This is the perfect segue.
This is the perfect segue. We talked last week about Borderlands 4's, performance issues. Now Randy Pitchford.
Dude, this guy needs to shut his mouth. This is just as a recap. This is a guy who said, "What if you love the game, you would find a way to buy it." When people were talking about Borderlands 4 being like a $80 game.
Yeah. When they asked him, they're like,
yeah.
"Is Borderlands 4 going to be $80?" He's like, "If you like the game, you buy it. I bought some game on the Sega Genesis when I was 18, and that was like $80 back then, and $80 back then is worth more than now. And I worked my butt off, blah 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 blah." And then the game didn't even come out to be $80. I don't know why freaking who's their publisher, Take-Two. I don't know why they just don't tell him to shut the hell up. Like, this guy feels the need to go on every freaking tweet about him and actually comment. So he said two things this week. These are two different news stories that happened at different points in time. The first was he told somebody, he said, code your own engine when they were criticizing, Borderlands 4's use of Unreal Engine 5. So there's somebody who tweeted him, or just an ID here, make your game look good without relying on AI upscale. And he replied, code your own engine, show us how it's done, please. We will be your customer when you pull it off. The people doing it now are clearly dumb and don't know what they're doing, and all the support and recommendations and code and architecture from the world's greatest hardware. Anyway, he goes on. So, and then later on, he tells somebody to get a refund from Steam if you aren't happy with Borderlands 4. So somebody says, Randy, it took days to get your game to a state I could tolerate playing. I enjoy Borderlands. I don't enjoy being told to or having to use DLSS or things like that and frame generation. Mm-hmm. Even with my best setup, the game plays poorly unless you concede delayed inputs.
Yeah.
He's like,
it seems like issues aren't also just PC side. It seems like there must be some sort of memory leak on the console side as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
People are saying the longer they are in game and playing for in terms of sustained hours, without like restarting the game, they do run into performance issues. So
Yeah, I saw a video of that on someone playing on a Series X. Like after you play for a certain amount of hours, like the game was like was running at like 5 frames a second. Yeah, it was like terrible. Yeah. So he responded to this guy. He said, "You could do whatever you want. The game is the game. Please get a refund from Steam if you aren't happy with it. You made an analogy to a vehicle. I would not put a Ferrari engine in a monster truck and expect it to drive like a Ferrari." Anyway, he goes on.
So
Yeah.
is he saying his his game is Borderlands 4, which is a monster truck because it chugs so hard, or
That's a good point.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This guy
He's
needs
like
to
doubling down.
just needs to stop. Like, be humble and be like, we understand your critiques. We will take the feedback and we will see what we can optimize with the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Borderlands 4 also was pushed up, right? Because what is it? They were scared of GTA 6, so they pushed the game up, right?
I don't think we know if Borderlands 4 was officially pushed up or not. It didn't have an old release date and then it got moved up.
I thought it did. Borderlands 4 moved.
I don't it might have been a week.
Yeah, it says Borderlands 4 was from September 23rd, 2025 to September 12th.
That's like
So
2
like
weeks.
2 weeks.
And the other thing too is they're being published by the same people that are publishing GTA. Take-Two wouldn't send out Borderlands to die and get cannibalized by GTA. They already knew what the release date was, so there wasn't. I don't think if there's any like developer that is afraid of GTA, Randy Pitchford and Gearbox is not one of them, because maybe Randy Pitchford doesn't know himself, but the guys publishing the game know when GTA is coming out, so they wouldn't have sent his game out to die like that. Yeah. Anyway, Randy Pitchford keeps running his mouth, but it makes for a good podcast. You know what comes out on the 23rd? Actually, I think it comes out on the 25th. I just tried to make a good segue there that's not real.
No, we know it's the Hades 2 full final version and Silent Hill F, right?
I think they both come out on the 25th, not the 23rd. I tried to make
Oh.
a segue that wasn't real. I was like, you know what else comes out on the 23rd? Well, actually, they don't.
You're trying to AI this story or what?
Unless there's I think there might be like an early access version of Silent Hill F. But speaking of Silent Hill F, there's actually been a couple of leaked reviews online this week. I thought the review embargo dropped when I first saw this, but it turns out it actually hasn't. I don't think the review embargo drops until Monday. But we already got the review from Famitsu, which is the big Japanese publication that has 4 reviewers reviewing any game that they review, and each give it a score out of 10, and they group them all together for a score of 40. And Silent Hill F on Famitsu, I called it Fumatsu. Silent Hill F on Famitsu scored 36 out of 40, meaning 9 out of 10 scores. Saying it was really good. It took 12 to 13 hours to beat, multiple playthroughs. There were some criticisms, but yeah.
12 to 13 hours is definitely a pretty solid time for a single player game, I feel. Especially if you include side content. So
Apparently
it's good to hear.
I'm reading here online. I just searched this up from The Gamer. Some fans already have the game, apparently. Some people have already got their copies or something like that.
No way.
Yeah, which is crazy. That's really early.
It's definitely not digitally.
No. You know what else comes out on the 25th?
What?
Ghost of Yote's review embargo.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
looking
so in a world where the review for Ghost of Yote is terrible,
That's not happening. That world doesn't exist.
do we still pick it up? 'Cause I think I'm still picking it up.
I still pick it up. If that game, what's terrible? What's your definition of terrible?
I don't know. What if it scores like a 7?
If it scores like a 7,
Because that's that's a 7 is realistically a nothing score.
a 7 is the score where I don't pick it up. If
Right?
it scores like a 4 or 6, I'd be like, oh my God, I got to figure out what went wrong here. I got to play this. I got to figure out what went wrong. If it scores like an 8, 9, 10, I'm in.
But a 7,
A 7 is a nasty number.
right? I think 7 is
For that
honestly
game.
the worst number to get out of.
For that game, it's nasty. It means that a 7 means that your game is fully functional, runs well, it's fine, it's okay, but it's
But
not
it's
really
not
interesting.
interesting.
It's not special. It's just good. It's just okay. It doesn't really need anyone to play it. It's the worst score game you can ever. I think a 4 will sell more copies because they'll be like, "What the hell is this abomination? I got to figure it out."
It's like bad, right? And people are like, "What happened here?" And they need to find out.
Yeah. So I'm interesting to see, but yeah, this Famitsu review rating is the highest any Silent Hill game's been rated by Famitsu. So it's gonna be crazy, man. I think this is kind of the only little break week from here, but after like this next week coming in, like Hades 2, Final Fantasy, Silent Hill F, and then Final Fantasy Tactics, Ghost of Yote, Battlefield 6. It's gonna get real busy, bro. So moving on from Silent Hill F, the rumored Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, which by the way has never been confirmed by Ubisoft to date, is apparently adding extra content, and it's gonna have more RPG mechanics than the original. So it's gonna have RPG mechanics akin to, you know, the more recent Assassin's Creeds, and is potentially aiming for a March release date.
Yeah, I heard that they were also taking out the modern day content, like the more modern day aspects of the story, to like build onto the main character, right?
Yeah, you're not missing anything out there. The modern day for Assassin's Creed Black Flag was abysmal. It was nothing. It was a nothing burger. It was there wasn't even a character. You were in like first person.
Oh,
You
weird.
didn't even know who the person was. Yeah, it was weird. Remember the voice actor who got like in trouble for this, and then they like put a body cam on him, and then they came back again and interviewed him, and he's like, "I'm not talking because of that."
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So March seems like a good time. I'm a relapsed. Is that a no? Not relapsed. What's the word? I am a
Rehab.
I'm an ex Assassin's Creed sicko. I used to be a big Assassin's Creed sicko. I used to buy them every year, play them every year. That was like, you know, my university years, I'd play like 3 games maybe a year. I'd play the FIFA, I'd play the COD, I'd play the Assassin's Creed that came out that year.
You were a basic gamer.
And then, you know, there'd be another game that came out that interested me, like something on the side that I was like, you know, really into.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that the Assassin's Creed, I don't know. It just kind of took a turn where I just stopped caring. The last one I actually beat was Origins. The last one I played was Valhalla, but like only for a few hours. I played Odyssey for a little bit more, like 40 hours, right? But of all the games I played, I'm actually, even when I was an Assassin's Creed sicko, I was not a Black Flag fan. Even though that's like the most highest rated game, everyone's favorite. I did not like Assassin's Creed Black Flag at all. You
didn't want to be a pirate?
No, I did, but the whole plot for the game, without spoiling, was literally copy and paste from Wikipedia. They didn't add any twist and turn to it, I felt like. They just shoved this character in here that seemed to be like non-existent, inconsequential until like very end of the game. Like even how some of the side characters die is like copy and paste from what happened in real life. And yeah, I don't know. At the time, I didn't feel like it was inspired, like story-wise, that great. But yeah, people love the ship combat and stuff like that. There was no buildings. Like that's the idea of Assassin's Creed: verticality, social stealth. This was the first one that like turned away from that. I still might play this when it comes out though.
This guy.
Yeah. Durwin, we talked at the top of the show about early access, but this is, I think, an interesting piece of news here. Newzoo, one of the most trusted data and analytics firms in the business, recently published the Global Games Marketing Report for 2025. It's a 200-page document.
Oh my God.
But an interesting report in it is too long in early access spells death. They added a chart here that you could take a look at. Early access, and then they said, quote, early access has become a widely used release model, particularly for indie studios looking to offset development costs, gather feedback, and build early awareness. While traditionally associated with smaller teams, several AA and AAA titles like Baldur's Gate 3 and Sons of the Forest have also used early access to great effect. Do you remember Baldur's Gate 3 being in early access for like 3 years? I still remember that.
I don't know if I remember that.
I remember that.
It wasn't even on my radar.
No, I remember that. It wasn't on my radar, but I would like hear about it from a few like YouTube and podcast people, and then when it actually came out, everyone freaked out about it. But anyway, they have this chart. The y-axis is average number of players in the first 3 months per title, and it goes by millions. And then the x-axis is months between early access and version 1.0. And it shows semi-clearly that the longer the gap between your early access and your 1.0 is, the less day one players you have at 1.0. So it goes from 4 to 6 months, 7 to 9, 10 to 12, 13 to 15, 16 to 18, 19 to 21. For some reason, there's a spike up at 22 to 24 months, which I think
people
is strange.
being like a day one buyer of the game.
Like the graph seems to go like really high and then just drops down straight up until you get to the 2-year mark. It climbs back up for a little bit, drops back down again, climbs up a little bit more at the 30-month mark, and then drops down a little bit. So it's not exactly a perfect kind of chart. I don't know what's going on there. I think maybe as part of the data, there's a game there that came out of early access in 2 years and maybe had a lot of players. So it is skewing the statistics in a way that's... I mean, it's interesting. Like, Fortnite was in early access. Remember Fortnite was in early access
yes,
for like
Fortnite
5 years?
was forever.
And then nobody even knew it was early access. Like, it just became Fortnite.
Power was I don't know if Power World is even 1.0.
No, actually, there was a news story from this week that Power World is going 1.0 in 2026. Beginning of 2026. Yeah, so it's been early access for what now? 2 years? 3 years? I can't remember when Power World came out.
I think 2 years. I mean, Hades 2 is also early access, right? So
and it's been in early access for 1 year and 4 months, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Pal World was January 19, 2024. I mean, I'm not a fan of early access, I'll be honest with you. Like, I've been meaning to play Hades 2. I've not touched Hades 2 because I said I'm going to play when it goes 1.0. The Rogue Prince of Persia, I was aware it was in early access. I didn't want to play it until 1.0.
Honestly, so having played Rogue Prince of Persia and Hades 2, Rogue Prince of Persia does feel more like early access, even though I played the 1.0 version of it, than Hades 2 does right now.
Interesting.
I mean, it's not quite the same genre. Like, one's a 2D side scroller and one's like a top down, like
dungeon crawler.
Yeah, dungeon crawler almost. But like, I feel like Prince of Persia 2 was more rough, just in general.
Yeah, maybe wasn't ready. I don't know. And then there's no rest for the Wicked. That's a game I want to play. Windblown, game I want to play. I've never touched any of them because they're early access. There was one 33 Immortals. That one went into early access on Game Pass earlier this year.
Yeah.
Played it for a weekend. I really loved it. And then I put it down because I said, I'm not playing this until 1.0 comes out. So, and I feel like it kills from the hype of the game. Because, like, for example, 33 Immortals was like, I would hear about it. I would see trailers. I would hear about it. I'd see trailers. Then they had a release date for the early access, and I was excited. Then it dropped to Game Pass day one, and I was excited. Then I played it for a weekend, and I'm like, great. I want the final product. And I've since like almost deleted it out of my head. Like it doesn't live in my like headspace anymore as games that are coming out that I'm excited for because I've already had that taste.
Yeah. I think there's a right way to do it. Like I understand if you want to do like a sneak peek like weekend, right? Or like very limited, like here you can play like what Night Rain did, right? Or even Battlefield 6 where you get like a few hours to taste it.
Yeah.
Right. And not have to commit. Like do like a free like trial weekend more or less. You get some people to try it out. Your reviews come out for it, and then you close it off, and then you wait until your final product.
Yeah, like an open beta. Yeah.
Yeah, or even like you could do it multiple times, like every year, even like if you're gonna be in development for 2 years, like you can do like a halfway mark or like one closer to final product, and then it'll keep the hype up, right? Why do you put out an early access game for what is it, close to like 2 years? People already know what the game is, and then it releases and no one buys it because they would have already bought it, or they don't care because they could have played it anyways.
Yeah, it kills from the hype, I think. I think it's different for a multiplayer game than a single player game. I think a single player game, I just don't really want to play early access. Like, I just want the 1.0 version of the game, the final product, and I want to play it from start to finish. A multiplayer game, I'm less, concerned about. If it's early access, I'm quite okay with playing it if it's early access because it's just a multiplayer game at the end of the day. You'll do updates. You're going to do updates anyway. There's no real 1.0, right? Because there's going to be a 2.0 and a 3.0.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or you do it like Skate.
Skate. Yeah.
Early access. Add microtransactions to early access.
Did you are you thinking about hopping into that?
No, not even a little bit. Like I saw a video of Skate 2, I think. I was just like, what is this? It looks so rough to me.
I think maybe I'll give it a try.
I'm not even interested a bit.
Yeah, that came out last week was it?
Mm-hmm.
The Skate early access.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's some early access stuff. And speaking of early access, Valve is no longer allowing mature themes into Steam early access. This is more of the pressured what's not lockdown? What's the word here? I'm trying to find crackdown on waifu games. It seems so. It looks like Steam is no longer allowing if your app quote if your app has failed our review because we're unable to support the early access model of development for a game with mature themes. Please resubmit when your app is ready to launch without early access. Mm-hmm. So this is the fight against adult games.
Yeah. And more interesting, Abe, the CEO of Steam, is getting
Valve. Yeah.
Valve is getting, what is it? He's taking the witness stand or not witness stand.
Is he actually?
Yeah. This is another one of the top stories.
I didn't read this week when I was doing my research.
Yeah, he's called to Congress over Steam, over how social media is like, I guess, causing violence.
Oh, those are the questions where they ask people questions.
Yeah, they're trying to scapegoat him. But, like, it doesn't make sense because there's not really not that much of a social aspect to Valve. Like, he's a storefront.
This is more of the video games cause violence thing. Give me a break. Yeah. They're going to do the same. I wonder what they're going to say when GTA 6 comes out. They're going to have the whole scare about video games cause violence thing again, probably. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's such a weird.
Yeah. I thought this was a pretty interesting article here, though. So the developer of, the lead dev of Hell Is Us was on an interview with SkillUp. This guy's name is Jonathan Jacques Belletol. I'm not going to try to pronounce the French. Yeah, so his game, Hell Is Us, if you recall, released the same day as Hollow Knight Silksong. To be honest with you, the Hell Is Us release date was locked in way in advance of Hollow Knight Silksong. And Silksong basically came and not exactly shadow dropped, but effectively shadow dropped their game. A bunch of indie games got out of the way. Hell Is Us was not one of them. I think Chronos, the New Dawn, also came out like the day after, something like that. Mm-hmm. I think there was one more game on the 4th. I can't remember. But he had a few things to say. He basically said, well, I mean, they didn't do anything wrong. They're allowed to do whatever they want, but they're not just any regular old indie. And he said that what they did was callous. So a little bit of shade being thrown there. It sounds like maybe he's a little bit salty and maybe that might have affected sales. I think on his game, he called it the GTA 6 of indies, and he's like, to shadow drop something like this is a little bit callous. So, I mean, I don't blame him. I'd be pretty pissed off too.
Yeah,
like that's not just a small game that could just be like, hey, surprise. I mean,
it is like one of the biggest games to drop this year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it affected his sales per se, but I mean, it must have, right? Right, Hollow Knight Silksong on Steam right now has 223 concurrent players. Hell Is Us,
it's probably not very high.
Has 1,251 people in game. So yeah, poor guy. Bad luck there. I mean, these release schedules, they keep getting tighter and tighter, man. I'm like the guy who wants to play all the games, and it's like, I can't. Sorry, I literally want to give every dev my money. I can't. There's no time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I missed like one of the games that interested me as well, Daemon X Machina or whatever, like that. The basically the mech game. I haven't even like read anything about it. I know that it's released, but yeah, it seems like that one like just kind of fell on the wayside too.
Yeah, I don't think he got the greatest reviews. It was sitting somewhere in that yellow on Metacritic. I think it was like a 7.
A 7.
Yeah,
7.
7. I mean, I am like behind. Like I was gonna buy Metal Gear Solid Delta, and I intentionally put it off because I'm like, what's the point? Like, Silk Song's coming out in a few days, and then I played Silk Song for a few days, and I'm like, I'll move on. So, yeah. Anyway, Durwin, Sega's next Yakuza game is reportedly leaked on the Like a Dragon website, and it is Yakuza Kiwami 3.
Yeah. A remake, right?
The remake, yeah. Kiwami for Yakuza 3. That's probably the one that needs the remake the most, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Man, I wish I could play all the Yakuza games, but...
Yeah, I wish I could, like live in a time bubble real quick and catch up on all of the Yakuza games.
They freaking make them faster than I could play them, possibly. Durwin, I got some news for you.
Now that we're thinking about it, maybe Nixies needs to work on some Yakuza games.
Yeah,
because they have the whole library for it.
Yeah, Nixies should just port every single Yakuza game to some other device. Just get hired by Sega to do it. I don't know how they make those games that fast.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, here. Hold, pause. Let's think about this for a second. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Like a Dragon, Gaiden, the man who erased his name. What was the one that came out earlier that year? Yeah, Ishin.
Yeah.
Like a Dragon, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Or not Infinite Wealth.
You already said that.
Yakuza Like a Dragon, yeah. That's like, there's one more that's just come out on the PS5 like console generation.
Not the Hawaii one? Or Pirate Yakuza?
I said that one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Is there another one?
Like I'm thinking about the ones that I'm thinking about just the ones that have come out in the last.
Isn't that new? Isn't that there's an unreleased one, right? That's coming out. That one's the
that was
one
the,
set in the past as well.
Yeah. I don't know what's exactly titled yet. Yeah. I forgot. I guess Lost Judgment came out in this console generation too. So that's another one.
This is gonna bug me. Hold on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games.
Yakuza 0. Oh no, that's director's cut. They also make Virtua Fighter. Don't forget.
That's coming out this year, eh? End of October.
Yeah. The man who used the name Ishin, Like a Dragon. They already remastered 4 and 5 as well, and 3. No, I think that was it. I think we got most of them.
Lots of games.
Yeah, Stranger Than Heaven. That's the one.
Stranger Than Heaven. Yeah.
That I'm thinking about.
Do you know what game we don't get any new releases for, but we're getting a Netflix animated? We are getting a Netflix animated series for. Sam Fisher says Splinter It's been Cell. Too long in Splinter Cell Death Watch Season 1 first trailer.
When was this first put into production?
2021 was announced by Ubisoft.
Oh, this isn't animated.
No, sorry. I'm thinking about the remake. The remake was announced in 2021 by Ubisoft. Yeah, it's animated, no? I didn't.
Yeah, it is animated. Yeah.
October 14th.
Wow.
Cool. Might be a nice one to watch. That Tomb Raider animated didn't come out great, so.
Yeah, they have a new Tomb Raider too.
What are you talking about?
I think they have a new live action Tomb Raider actress.
Oh yeah, what's her name? Sansa Stark.
Yes.
Yep. That one's confirmed. I think we had a news story about that earlier this year where they were saying that she might be the actress for her, but it was confirmed last week. Sophie Turner.
Yeah, Sophie Turner. Yeah, confirmed. And it starts filming 2026.
I don't know, man.
She doesn't look like a Tomb Raider, hey?
She doesn't. Sorry, bro. She looks... Is Sophie Turner really tall, or is it just me thinking she's tall?
Let's find out. She is 1.75, so she's like 5'8".
She's not really tall then. She's my height. I thought for some reason I felt like she was like a 6 foot tall woman.
She's an Amazon.
Well, I guess she's just slender maybe, and that's why it looks like that.
Perhaps. Yeah, I guess we will see her as a Lara Croft.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people are hating about it online. She doesn't fit the role really.
Yeah, she's like a redhead, and I guess Lara
wasn't
Croft
Angelina Jolie Lara Croft?
She was. She was the OG Lara Croft of the 2000s, I believe, right? The original Lara Croft movies. Yeah,
but Angelina Jolie does feel like a Lara Croft though.
Yeah, I think she's the most she was the most iconic one. When you think Lara Croft, you immediately go to Angelina Jolie. She's had the most movies too, right? Two movies
as a Lara Croft, yeah.
Yeah, as Lara Croft. All the other ones didn't get to make a second one.
You know who's afraid that they're not going to get to make another second anything? Alex Hernandez, the actor from Mind's Eye. He says, I thought I might never work in another game again. He was in Mind's Eye and Mafia 3 and has wondered if he has the shit brown touch. I don't know what that exactly means.
So I think it's like Midas's touch. Instead of turning to gold, it turns to
Oh. Yeah, I mean, this sucks to being like a voice actor doing your job. Like, I mean, he did his job. It's not like it's his fault the game didn't work out. Right?
I don't think his acting was the one to blame there.
No.
Let's be real here.
Yeah, no, it's not. The game itself was a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Although it still somehow made it to your top 5 game of the year, which tells you how weak of a freaking...
What are you talking?
How weak of a year we've had.
What do you mean? It is my game of the year, dude.
Oh, it is not your top 5. It is your game of the year. Durwin, the Lenovo Legion Go 2 pre-orders are being canceled because of demand. I don't freaking believe this, man. This is insane. They must have made 5 then. They must have been like, we're pricing
But
this
this is what always happens. People complain that things are too expensive.
I mean, this one's too expensive, bro. Come on.
And then they buy it.
No, I think the idea was like these companies now are like, we're just going to price this thing expensive and we're going to make our profit not by selling more copies of it, but by selling it.
Selling for a higher price.
Yeah, but people are buying it. I mean, it looks cool. I would buy this thing if it was like $600. Trust me.
That's $600. Yeah, right.
If it was $600, trust me, I'd buy it.
I mean, I'd buy it too. If it was a good deal, if they're taking a huge loss on their hardware.
This thing's going to be like over. Do we have the Canadian price?
Well, I don't know. Legion Go 2. And you have to get the what's it called? The Z2 Extreme model too. Because if you're buying the regular Z2, then you might as well just buy an ROG Ally used. It still says coming soon. I don't think it's got a price yet. Let me check Best Buy. Legion Go 2.
One guy on the Reddit, they have a Reddit thread. They're asking for prices. One guy was like 1,900 Canadian pesos plus tax for the Extreme.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't see it on the Best Buy page yet. It must not be available for pre-order yet.
Yeah, it's not.
Up here.
I don't see it. It's not. That's what online is saying.
I'm scared. I think it might be a lot.
Well, I think we had the U.S. price, right?
Yeah, that is all U.S. pricing that we've talked about so far. What is that, 1,100, 1,200 USD?
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like my whole trip to Korea money.
Durwin, speaking about, we're gonna have to freaking just start stealing these things, I think. At this point.
How are you going to steal it?
I don't know. We're going to have to start robbing freaking Best Buys and stuff. Speaking about stealing stuff, this is hilarious. This last story for the week. Devs behind the fan-made The Crew Resurrection project says it's not their problem if it doesn't work properly with pirated copies.
Oh, okay, let's rewind here. So The Crew was officially taken off like service by EA or Ubisoft. Because they just didn't want to pay for their servers anymore. And then what has happened is that I think recently, in the last few weeks, people have worked together to bring the game back online and basically host their own servers so that people can still play this game.
Yeah, it's like this. It's a free fan-made server emulator project. Yep. Mm-hmm. And then this game is also one of the talking points that European Stop Killing Games movement is,
talking about
or
referencing,
and Yves Guillemot was, I think, talking about it as well. But basically, if you pirated the game for some reason, your copy is not like working with this thing. So it's kind of hilarious. Don't shut down games, you greedy devs. I paid my money. Keep the server open, but I pirated this game.
I don't think you can play online anyways if you pirate that game, right? Like, I think usually there's some sort of check, right?
Maybe it was old enough that they didn't have those checks. Because it's a game from 2014.
But I guess it's pretty old.
It's from 2014. Yeah. Durwin, that is it for news stories this week. And like I promised, we had no Nintendo news. Thank God, bro. I'm sick and tired of talking about Nintendo every freaking week. It's been like that for 5 months. Yeah.
New amiibo dropping now.
I just have a Switch 2 collecting dust, and I keep talking about
Nintendo. I also have a Switch 2 collecting dust.
Yep, folks. If it was not for this podcast, would not probably have bought that thing. Well, actually, I probably would have bought it.
It is really good hardware, though. I would have bought it anyway because the price would have went up to like
750
Yeah.
or whatever next
I
time.
think we're counting our days for a potential price hike here.
It's the last one standing.
Yeah. Do you think next year, 2026 price hike, or will they keep this price until, or like will they be able to keep this price for the holiday of 2025?
That's it. This price after kind of Boxing Day sales and after whatever, the price is going to go up 2026, 100% on the Switch 2. If you didn't buy it, they're going to tell you, well, too bad we gave you the holiday season. We're trying to, increase profits and sales during the holiday season. Whoever bought it. Whoever didn't, well, guess what?
Yeah.
You're going to get penalized by the price going up. So that is it for gaming news and gaming news this week. We can move on to the games we have been playing this week. Durwin, tell me, buddy, what have you been spending your time on?
I've been playing two things. I've focused in. Ghost of Tsushima.
Locked in, baby.
So close to finishing.
Okay.
Yeah, actually,
Before we started
this podcast, or before we started like recording this episode of the podcast, I'm in Act 3, and I'm about to, I guess, go talk to your uncle to get his reinforcements or something like that. So I should
Spoiler
be like,
alert.
dude, this game came out how many years ago?
Okay. Yeah, but just whatever. It's okay. Some people.
Yeah. Anyways, reinforcements. So I assume I'm pretty close.
You're pretty close.
I'm not there yet, but
You're close. Yeah.
so that is my main game I've been playing, and then my before bedtime routine is now to play some Hades 2.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Enjoying that early access just before the 1.0 launches.
Yes,
Nice.
I had to get in. I won't say too much about it because we'll actually probably do a full review.
Yes.
But I'm loving this game. Like, this is my rogue of the year.
Have you been enjoying this game more than the Rogue Prince of Persia? I think you basically iterated
Yes.
that. Did you enjoy it more than Hollow Knight Silksong when you played that?
Very much so. I'm actually really hooked to it. Like, I think I do like 2 runs before bed every single night.
Nice. Yeah, I've been thinking about hopping into the first one while I wait for this one, but
The first one is on sale right now. It is $7.
$8 or something like that.
Yeah,
on Steam.
$7 something on Switch, which I might actually pick up on Switch because I feel like I need some games on Switch.
So you're,
And then $8 on the Steam store.
trying to decide if I want to buy this on the Steam Deck or the Switch 2.
Okay, so this might change your opinion. So with the announcement of the Hades 2, if you go on their online website, they do support cross save from Switch to PC. So it doesn't matter which one you buy, like you can buy it later on your Steam Deck if it goes on sale and still be able to get your save. So if you buy it right now on your Switch and there's a sale later on, you'll be able to access your save from Steam as well.
Because I want to play it handheld, which I prefer to do on the Steam Deck, to be honest with you. But I also want to play it docked when I'm at home, which I would prefer doing with the Switch 2 Pro controller.
So there you go.
I'll be quite frank. Yeah.
I think because the price is the same no matter what, I think 38 Canadian, right? You buy it for the Switch 2 now, and then when it goes on sale on Steam, you can pick it up there.
You do it that way, yeah, that's a good idea.
Because it's not like the Switch 2 handheld is like a bad experience.
No, probably not. No. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta wait till Silent Hill F review comes out too, because I think if Silent Hill F comes out good, that'll be my at-home game on the TV, and then I'll just pick it up on Steam just to play it handheld. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? So we'll wait to talk about both those two when you're done.
Yes, I've cleared up all the side noise with VR, and what else was I playing randomly?
You're doing a lot of MetaQuest stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, just random stuff.
3-4 days to finish that Ghost of Tsushima.
I can probably finish it in the next hour, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
We'll see.
So tell me, what have you been playing?
I have been spending my entire week finishing up Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I have beat the game. I went back and did all the collectibles in all the levels, so I got 100% completion on all the levels. Did a bunch of the other trophies, got all the collectibles, a bunch of challenges, beat the secret boss. There's a secret boss in the game. I don't want to get too deep into it. And yeah, basically cleared out the game. Old credits. I have a couple of things left to do, which I've decided I don't want to do. There's a boss rush mode, and there's a trophy associated with it. I found it kind of hard after 2-3 tries. I'm like, I don't really want to.
That's for the platinum, right? I think
Yeah.
we talked about that before.
Yeah, I said I don't.
That's
really
a
wanna
rough
do it.
platinum.
That's
a
a rough
boss.
plat. Boss rush isn't even that bad. There's a couple of other trophies that are worse. One of them is basically you have to do a whole other playthrough again, but beat the game in 10 hours. Yeah, and then there's one which is effectively get S rank on all the levels in the game in arcade mode. Arcade mode becomes unlocked after you beat the game. So it's effectively another playthrough altogether, but really you're not gonna do the you're not gonna get to the final boss on the arcade mode if you're going for the S rank. You're gonna need to take time on each level to get S rank. So it's really 2 more playthroughs. And then there was like one trophy that was associated with beating a level on arcade mode without taking a hit that I tried, and I just kind of said, hey, whatever. So I'm kind of done with it. There is a DLC for it that comes out in January, or not in January, but in 2026, where they're adding some legendary Sega characters, Dr. Eggman, and 2 others that are unannounced. So I'm looking forward to that. Really loved the Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Great 2D game, great action platformer, great Metroidvania elements. Later on in the game, and there's some optional kind of revisiting challenges, there is some crazy platforming in that game. There's a couple of spots where the platforming like difficulty spike goes through the roof. There's a couple of sections where I was like doing it over and over again for 45 minutes an hour just trying to get past it. So it did get challenging in the very end trying to 100% everything else. But I loved it. I recommend it. I bought the edition that had like the early access and the DLC. So I paid a little bit more, but I think it's only like $40 on the PlayStation Store or something like that. I think I did allude that I want to take a look after I beat the game. I want to see what I feel better about this or Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Unfortunately, I actually can't pick between the two. Like, I loved the game so much. They're both different. They're not exactly the same. They have different mechanics slightly. It's just very hard for me to pick one over the other. I love them both. I think they're both solid 8.5 games, and yeah, I don't know if either of them will make my top 5 by the end of the year. It depends on how some of these releases coming up are going to look like. But, yeah, that's Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Really loved it. Really enjoyed it. Glad I picked to play that game when it came out.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you enjoyed those 2.
Oh, I love both of those 2. And I was thinking about the next thing I want to play, and I'm thinking about going back into Rogue Prince of Persia, just because I've been loving these like 2D action platforming games. Like they're just my kind of jam.
I think Rogue Prince of Persia might be too easy for you though.
Why?
I think it was just a very easy 2D platforming game.
You thought it was?
Yeah, I thought it was like a cakewalk for the most part.
Really? How long did it take you to get away?
I mean, I can't. It's kind of hard to say. I feel like my first time clearing it was not that long, like maybe a few hours in.
I'm thinking about playing that just as a filler before Silent Hill F comes out, or I'm thinking, and Hades 2 of course, or I'm thinking to pick up Lego Voyagers and play that with my wife. I was really looking forward to that game. It did come out to like, I think it's like a 78 or 79 on Metacritic, but I heard it's short and it's like it's an It Takes Two It's like a mandatory co-op game. So I thought I'd give it a try and see what it felt like.
Yeah, I mean, Rogue Prince of Persia is like such a low bar, right? Game Pass
and the PlayStation Plus subscription.
Oh, it's on PlayStation Plus too.
I
played it handheld. Like, I feel like handheld was just so easy.
Yeah.
Play a few rounds before bedtime, just like what I'm doing for Hades 2 right now. So, unfortunately, you have a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
How much is the game on?
It's not that expensive.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna play it on Steam. I think I'm just gonna play it on PlayStation.
It's like $40. I don't think it's a $40 game. I think I'd pay like $20 for this game. Having like, played it like for a few months and then just dropped it, or no, a few weeks and dropped it. $20 game. I think Hades is like a game I could probably play for a very long time in terms of replayability, because I feel like I've only touched the surface still for Hades 2.
Yeah, looks great, man. I love the art style. I love the vibe from this game.
Hades 2. I'm thinking about it right now.
Well, maybe you should go and play Hades 2, because that's it for our show this week. Again, okay, so I guess we should tell the listeners, you are going to Korea next week, Wednesday, September 24th, or Thursday, September 25th, right?
Yes, 25th.
And you will be back on the 7th or 8th of
The
October?
7th
of October.
in the afternoon. I'm going to pick up Ghost of Yote as I land, and I will be starting it immediately because I cannot have this guy being done the game.
I'm gonna go ham, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna be done by the 7th or 8th or 9th. To be honest with you, that's pretty tight. And then I got a big problem happening on the 10th.
Yeah,
Like a Battlefield 6 coming out on the 10th. Yeah. I don't know, man. There's gonna be a lot of stuff. The Silent Hill F stuff, the Hades 2 stuff, the review embargo for Ghost of Yote's actual release. It'll be a busy 2 weeks, so we're gonna try and figure something out for the listeners. We might just record on the 24th before you leave, or again, so maybe a just short 3-day episode. We might just leave it till you record one episode in Korea, and then maybe we don't record on the 4th. And wait till you come back and record that week. So it looks like we'll probably skip a week, folks. If not, I'll try to figure something out. Maybe I'll get one of my buddies on board to record an episode with me, and or something like that. But we'll figure it out. We don't have a plan just yet, so stay tuned. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Remember to ring the bell, like, subscribe, share. It helps us a lot with views. You could get us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and yeah, freaking fall season is upon us, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Ghost of Yote be our game of the year?
I mean,
will Battlefield 6 be one of your top contenders for game of the year?
I think Battlefield 6 is going to be one of my contenders. It's going to be on that list. Is it going to be the top? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be Claire Obscure Expedition 33. But whew,
it's coming down. And this year has been a really good year, and I think
it's been a good year, yeah.
We may have to, I don't know, pick some favorites here.
It's gonna be tough to decide, man. Five games is gonna be tough to decide.
Yeah, I hope the State of Play comes out early next week so that we can talk about it before I leave.
I really hope that too. Yeah,
because I feel like if I'm on a plane and I like hear all this news when I land, I'm gonna be like just wanting to talk shop with you.
That's gonna be another one. Like that's gonna be another heavy one to deal with. State of Play. Hopefully that happens.
Yeah,
if State of Play happens Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, we could record before you leave.
Mm-hmm. It's basically our anniversary. Right?
It is. The State of Play is our anniversary. When we recorded episode 1, me and you were talking about starting this thing, and Sony announced the State of Play, and we said, hey, we might as well make this our first episode.
Yeah. And it was the September State of Play.
Yeah, and we live reacted to it, I think, at the time, and then we did a follow-up podcast. It was crazy stuff at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a pretty decent State of Play. Yeah, I feel like at the time you said that it was like, it was all right, but like...
No, it was. It was a good State of Play.
Yeah, it was a good State of Play.
There's a few good things there. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. Keep on gaming, and we are out.